Assalamu alaikum, dear folks, and welcome to Social Diary magazine. Joining us today is a dynamic duo who are also the stars of probably one of the biggest films to have come out of Pakistan. Love it or hate it, you just can't deny the hype created by Joyland. जहां इस फिल्म को इंटरनेशनल acclaim मिला है, even praise, which includes a standing ovation at the Cannes Film Festival, Joyland was not able to create a welcoming stance in its country of origin. To talk more about it, to talk more about the limitations of filmmaking in Pakistan, their love for theatre work, please join me in welcoming Ali Junejo and Rasti Farooq. Gee, thank you so much guys for joining us on Social Diary magazine. It's a pleasure to have you here. शुरुआत करते हैं of course Joyland से, ठीक है? The film that is making a lot of noise and still continues to make a lot of noise. पहले आप दोनों ये बताइएगा one by one कि Ali, let's start with you कि even before the film began to shoot, ठीक है? Even before you guys got to know the cast members, आपको जब script हाथ में मिला, ठीक है? When you read the script, did you feel like this is probably one of those films जो काफी मसला करेगी पाकिस्तान में? Did you have that thought in your mind when you looked at the script?
No.
Okay.
Did not.
You didn't feel कि इसका ये कि कुछ issue तो बनेगा, there is going to be some sort of controversy relating it.
It's a human story with very human, lovely, well-written characters. That's what I thought. That's all I thought.
So you did have that kind of faith in Pakistan that they will be accepting to the story?
I had faith in the script to tell its story as well as it was to me when I was reading it.
Right.
So I had faith in Saim, I had faith in our team, I had faith in our effort. Yeah.
Right. And what about you, Rasi? Did you feel anything as such?
No, not really. I thought, when I first read it, I thought it was a really compelling story. It was a really empathetic story. It was a kind story. And so, because of all of those reasons, it was very moving. And I trusted the power of the film and the creators behind it. They will be able to bring it all together in a way that's, it's moving. It inspires empathy, and it's not a provocative film at all in any way.
Mm-hmm.
So I had faith in that, and I still do. And so yeah.
Right. So if I say that the film has hurt the religious sentiments of people, would you agree to that? Certain people in this country, जिनकी वजह से ये कि obviously the film had to face a lot of concerns, censorship issues and all. Do you feel that that is actually what happened?
I think that film is an art form, and it's not meant to hurt anybody. It's not supposed to. It's any kind of story. It's storytelling. So it doesn't have anything to do with the environment of religion or politics. It's got nothing to do with that. If people somehow misunderstand it, that's not up for me to say.
Ali, is it correct to say that it is supporting the LGBTQ stance? Do you think that it is one of the, not the main narrative, but it is still there as part of it?
No, I think that the film is a story of these characters, and I think that there is a very lovely trans actress in the film, and she's a lovely actor, and she's a lovely human being, and she's one of the characters in the film.
Right. इस पे आप कुछ ऐड करना चाहेंगे रास्ती?
Just that, like इस film के अंदर जैसे अली ने कहा, बहुत सारे different types of characters हैं that belong to different backgrounds, and उन सबकी इंसानियत और हम सबकी इंसानियत के बारे में ये कहानी है. And I know that it became about other things, but that had nothing to do with what our intent was and what we were trying to say. And we also realized that beyond a particular point, we can't control that.
Right.
So जो देखने के लिए आ रहे हैं वो अपने जो भी ideas, preconceived notions जो भी लाते हैं, and then we can just hope that when they watch the film, they're able to understand the heart of the film.
Right.
So yeah.
Right. Is it safe to say, I know the whole thing. I haven't watched the film. It hasn't been released here, one of the main reasons. लेकिन ये कि it's not just about the story of a trans woman. In fact, it focuses upon a family, एक आम किसी family Pakistan की, and sort of a dysfunctional family, I would say. So do you think that is, it's actually contrary to what people are saying कि ये तो वाकई ज़्यादा लोगों की ही कहानी है, because they are going through that. So do you feel that that is actually why probably people are not willing to watch it? Because it is shining the light on that aspect as well, कि how dysfunctional families are within Pakistan. Yeah, should we be keeping it behind closed curtains? Like, do you think that is one of the reasons कि लोग ज़रा घबरा रहे हैं कि वो reality सामने ना आ जाए from every aspect?
Well,
I think it was part of that. I think part of it was that कि थोड़ा सा घबराए हुए थे लोग. I guess it's difficult to kind of own up to what's wrong, right? अपने अंदर भी, इर्द-गिर्द के अंदर भी. And like I said, this story revolves around several characters. वो बहुत उनमें से कुछ बड़े उम्र के भी लोग हैं, right? वो भी किरदार हैं इस फिल्म के अंदर. छोटे उम्र के भी लोग हैं. It follows men, women, ख्वाजा सिरा, बच्चों की कहानियाँ, बाप और बेटे का ताल्लुक. एक फैमिली और उनके साथ एक नेबर खातून है, उनका ताल्लुक आपस में. एंड कि ये ताल्लुकात आपस में वैसे ठीक है, पर जब बाहर की दुनिया बीच में दखल अंदाजी करती है तो किस तरह से वो सब टूटना शुरू हो जाते हैं. और वो मुश्किल सवालात हैं और वो हमारी हकीकत है.
So you are trying to answer that, या आप उस पे सिर्फ you're putting the limelight on those
It's
issues?
just a glance into how our society sometimes functions, you know, in how हम थोड़ा ज़्यादा judgmental हो जाते हैं, थोड़ा ज़्यादा हार्श हो जाते हैं, थोड़ा रिस्ट्रिक्टिव हो जाते हैं. तो हम औरतों से कुछ एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं, लड़कों से कुछ एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं. और वो सब एक्सपेक्टेशन कभी कभार एक घुटन का समा पैदा करती हैं. तो वो उसके ऊपर एक नज़र थी. मुझे समझ आता है कि थोड़ा सा डर लगता है कि इन चीज़ों को सामना करने का. पर अगर एक फिल्म है जो बहुत खूबसूरत और जेंटल तरीके से कर रही है, उसको मौका देना चाहिए.
Right. So definitely. Ali, would you like to add something to that?
I think you got it.
Pretty much, yeah. Good job on that.
Absolutely.
Right. तो अच्छा चले, let's now talk about the film on a personal perspective. जब आप लोगों ने फिल्म बनानी शुरू की, ठीक है, तकरीबन कितना टाइम लगा था for you to complete the project?
I think shoot was 2 महीने का, पर उससे पहले you know like auditions हुए थे. I think Ali बहुत पहले select हो गया था, like साल के शुरू में. And then it was a 6 month something period of like rehearsals and readings and things like that. I came right at the end.
Oh, okay.
So the shoot was about 2 months.
2 months.
And
2
there was
months.
some
Okay.
pre-shoot period.
So we can say that more than 60 days you were involved with the whole filmmaking scenario for this project. जब आपने फिल्म शुरू की बनाना, ठीक है, and on the last day of the shoot, did you feel like on a personal level that there's a certain change that came within you, or did you feel like कि किसी चीज को लेके आपका अपना perspective नजरिया change हुआ है, which you are like actually proud of कि चलो यार मेरी इस चीज को लेके आंखें खुली हैं? Do you feel like there was something there?
Well, filmmaking generally, I think, करते हुए, you tend to think that you're maybe a part of something bigger, you know, but in reality, you're just really focused on telling a specific character's story. And sometimes होता ये है that character आपके साथ भी कभी कभार resonate कर जाता है. उसकी decision making जो है कभी कभार वो आप पे भी reflect करती है. So एक inspiration जैसी मिल जाती है. And this film teaches you, or at least it taught me to listen more with my heart to myself and people around me. And I think it's a good lesson in empathy. So yeah.
That's good. That's even.
Yeah, I mean, I think a film set, if all the ingredients are right, it can be a really lovely, transformative place. क्योंकि आप इतने लोगों के साथ काम कर रहे होते हैं, इतना passion होता है किसी का, creativity आपके इर्द-गिर्द होती है, तो good things tend to come out of that. So it's a really lovely experience generally. But I think, like in this acting world where you are spending so much time in some other character, and then that character's life that involves other characters, so it's like a fictional world that you build,
right?
And those people sometimes stay with you, and yeah, even in this film there's so many characters who are just striking in how they are, and what they choose, when they choose it, why they choose it. So वो it's just it's like data points आपके हो जाती हैं कि you know ऐसे भी होता है, लोग इस तरह से भी करते हैं. It's
and those points stick with you, huh? You're able. Awesome. Cool. अच्छा, obviously it's a huge moment of pride, ठीक है? You guys were able to represent the film at one of the most prestigious festivals, Cannes Film Festival. You got the standing ovation there, ठीक है? I mean, come on, it is a huge deal. We have to admit that, ठीक है? Your feelings when you got to know it has been selected, when you got to know you are going to Cannes Film Festival, you're going to France, मतलब उस वक्त क्या thought आ रही थी आप लोगों के दिमाग में कि यार ये क्या कहाँ से शुरू हुए और ये कहाँ ले गई है? Was it something like that?
It was very overwhelming. We had no idea. हमारी नियत ये थी कि एक अच्छी सी फिल्म बनाएं और complete intention के साथ और मेहनत करें, बस हमारा इरादा ये था इस फिल्म में इन्वॉल्व होकर. एंड अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह वी आर वेरी प्राउड ऑफ वेयर इट्स गॉटन. सो जब हमें इतला मिली कि ये कान तक जा रही है और सिलेक्शन हो चुकी है, we were very happy, very overwhelmed, very intimidated, but at the same time it was a celebratory moment for us. You know, because
do you remember the first thing you said early to Saim when you got to know कि Council Festival में select हो गई है? मतलब आपने text भेजा था, call की थी direct या?
Call आई थी. I think Saim की हम सबको call आई थी. एक ही conference call सबको की थी to tell us. I think my words were, "You're joking."
All right.
Yeah.
I would say the same. What about you? Did you believe it?
I screamed. I think I just screamed. Yeah.
That's quite a natural response as well.
Yeah, that was the first sound that came out of my mouth.
Right. लेकिन चले वो तो internationally तो चले ठीक है. You know, people are more accepting. ठीक है, they are more willing to listen to stories without any boundaries. लेकिन do you feel कि international claim तो मिला है, but पाकिस्तान में जो issues ले, do you feel like कि नहीं अपना ये कि grassroots level पे भी there should have been some kind of recognition to it, and you know people should have been more accepting? ये आप लोगों की दिमाग में thought आती है, मतलब do you feel disappointed at some level?
The film in a big way was always meant to come home to Pakistan. बनी ही हमारे लोगों के बारे में, हमारे बारे में है, और एक you know story ही हमारी है. You know, so it was always meant to come home. Since I live in Karachi, वहाँ पे because people got to see it and are still getting to see it, I think we received lots of positivity and lots of warmth and lots of encouragement and lots of support from everybody that's seen it, which really warms our heart, because बहुत अच्छी बात है जब आप कुछ करते हैं, मेहनत करके करते हैं, और लोग आपके ही लोग जब उसको देखते हैं, आपकी ज़बान समझते हैं और आपके चेहरे समझते हैं और आपकी कल्चर को समझते हैं, और वो देख के कहते हैं कि यार काम अच्छा है. That's it, that's all you want. No big deal. हाँ, वो थोड़े से मसले मसाइल हुए हैं, restrictions आई हैं, which is not good because it's just a film.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's a movie.
It's just a movie. It's
right.
nothing.
So let's move on a little bit away from Joyland and let's talk about you guys. I mean, you guys are theatre actors, ठीक है? You have a huge love for theatre. Now that is actually a little surprising to me, जो कि अली आप तो माशाल्लाह 2 decades से you've been writing and directing as well. लेकिन ये मुझे बताइएगा कि is it a very conscious thought कि you've chosen theatre as your main platform of expression, कि मतलब dramas और films से हट के? Why do you think that, you know, theatre is more suiting to the kind of talent you want to portray?
Well, first, almost 2 decades. I wish it was already 2 decades. Okay. But I think theatre में बहुत पहले शुरू कर लिया था. And then I thought that जो theatre की rehearsal space होती है, जिस तरह से characters उसमें से निकलते हैं, जिस तरह आपको बिल्कुल जान देनी पड़ती है किरदार के पीछे और story के पीछे आपको सब कुछ करना पड़ता है, आपको जितनी मेहनत करनी पड़ती है, जितना आप weight gain या loss या thoughts में वो चाहिए होता है, जितनी effort करनी पड़ती है, वो जो challenge है, उसका जो thrill है, I think that's something that I really enjoy. And so it is a conscious decision to keep doing theatre. And TV, I don't think I have the face for TV or the talent for TV. I think there are better people than me that can do that. But film is something I'm really enjoying. And alhamdulillah, our first feature has been good. So इरादा तो यही है कि हम theatre जैसे अभी ये जो खेल है मेरा, जो मैंने लिखा है with Rasti and I in it, I think that ऐसी चीज़ें we can do, you know, more and more of, because screen पे तो it takes a lot from you, right. But the theatre space is a different world, so right. It's fun to start doing both.
Right. Do you have the same views? क्योंकि आपका भी ये कि you've done a lot of theatre work, you've done short films, दोनों थोड़ा सा मुझे लगता है दूर ही रहते हैं ड्रामा से और फिल्म इंडस्ट्री से. फिल्म भी आप लोगों ने पहली ऐसी चुनी है because you know the kind of hype it has created. So again with you, is it like something consciously आप कर रहे हो कि?
I think it was just from an early age, it was like a natural draw. Theatre के ऊपर, like something about doing something on a stage with a live audience was just very thrilling, and I was working with good people who made it fun, and yeah, there was something about the experience of rehearsing and then being backstage and then being in front of the stage, and it's like a one take thing, you know, ek dafa aapne karna hai. It was fun and it was exhilarating. And at that time I didn't see myself on camera very much, so I stayed away from it. And then short films ki फिर साइम के साथ ही film की, but again like the film world has its own charm, so हम दोनों बल्कि ये कहते रहते हैं we miss being on set, we miss being on set, so inshallah we'll get to do that.
So you'll definitely be coming into more films then, huh?
Inshallah.
ये अपनी commercial films भी, the love masala and all that, yeah, it has to be something with a very poignant story, or what do you guys
depends
think?
on script,
Yeah,
really.
it
If
depends
the
on
script is good,
Yeah.
let's go.
Right. Okay, that's cool. And with you as well, I mean, is it possible कि हम आपको dramas में कोई देखेंगे? Or is there like a character in your mind कि अगर मैंने dramas किए तो इस type का ही role करूँगी?
To be honest, मैं उस तरह से कभी सोचा नहीं है मैंने, मैं नहीं सोचती. I think मुश्किल होगा. I can't see myself performing really well in that world. I feel like I'm not suited for that world, and I'll just look really odd.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, let's just stick to what I'm good at, what I'm better at. You know?
Right.
So that's the plan.
All right. Okay. Awesome. I look forward to actually seeing you both in dramas and films, because talented folks, मतलब ये कि have this kind of a cliche कि same characters, same type of acting repeat हो रही थी. Then we get to see something fresh. So you want to अच्छा चलो, how would they portray this kind of a role?
Yeah.
So yeah, looking forward to seeing you both in other mediums as well.
Thank
Let's
you.
now talk about your play. ठीक है, it has come to Islamabad. It had already been done in Karachi and Lahore. Both sit for a while. I believe that is the
Both
name.
sit in silence for a while.
In silence for a while. ठीक है. And it's a dark humor.
It's a dark comedy, yes.
Okay. ज़रा थोड़ा ज़रा बताइएगा. When you say dark humor, I mean, what are we touching upon, right?
Go for it. Go for it.
So it's a conversation between two people who were together and now they're parting ways. तो उन दोनों के दरमियान एक बहुत लंबी गुफ्तगू है, and they're talking about serious things, right? Like they're talking about the nature of their relationship, the fact that it's ending, how will that affect their lives. They also have a child, so उसकी ज़िंदगी के बारे में, so it's serious things that they're discussing, and दोनों के आपस में disagreements भी बहुत हैं. So it's
Humor
tense.
किधर आप लेकर आए?
That's what I was
That
gonna
is
say.
interesting.
So it's tense, right? But within those moments when you kind of integrate humor, which is sharp and it's almost painful, कि थोड़ी दर्द भी होती है, हंसते हुए थोड़ा सा uncomfortable भी आप feel करते हो, because that's how our lives function, really. Like a lot of the times we say really caustic, mean things.
Yeah.
A lot of the times we say some really insensitive things without knowing we're saying insensitive things. So वो सब हमारी ज़िंदगी का हिस्सा है, and credit to Ali's incredible writing. He's brought that in so wonderfully. And when we did it in Lahore and Karachi, people were spellbound, because it's like a 1 hour long marathon, really.
Right.
शुरू होता है और खत्म होता है, आपको समझ नहीं आती, like समझ तो आती है और पता भी नहीं चलता, because you're just so engrossed in this couple's life
Right.
का snapshot कि वो आपस में लड़ भी रहे हैं, बीच में प्यार भी है, बीच में they can extend care to one another.
Ali, you have
and
to
then they
teach us
fall
to
right
real
back.
couples how to do that. लड़ भी रहे, फिर एकदम से प्यार भी आ जाए, you know, keep a balance.
I
Show
can
us
teach
how
real
it's
couples
done.
how to fight very well. Yeah.
You know, so it's like, you know, it's something probably a lot of us need. How did the inspiration come to you with such kind of a story for the play?
I really enjoyed reading two-hander plays, which is primarily two characters, because आपको बहुत canvas मिल जाता है चीज़ों को बनाने में और characters को explore करने में. So I just thought it would be really funny अगर दो लोगों के साथ ऐसा हो रहा हो. And I just started writing, and then I thought it'd be really silly अगर उसने ऐसा कह दिया. It'd be really mad अगर उसने ऐसा कह दिया. And I just kept flowing.
Right.
So
it was just
having fun.
That's the thing that really kind of amazes me about him and his way of thinking and his way of writing, is कि उसकी सोच शायद एक बहुत ही simple सी जगह से शुरू हो के what would happen if ये dynamic आप दो लोगों के दरमियान रख दो,
Right.
and then he starts writing it, and the words that come out, right, they're just grounded,
Right.
like just
So
lived
it's just a
experience in
seed that
reality.
is implanted, और फिर
So-
आपकी वो पूरा दरख्त shoot out कर
Like the
लेता.
thought might be something silly, but then what ends up forming on the
Right.
basis of that thought is just very moving and powerful. So that's. I mean, I remember him explaining the beginning of his writing the
Right.
first play. I remember thinking that's how it started, and this is what we have. Like, how is that? But that's just how.
That's his amazing, talented mind that just brings it out. Chale, looking very much forward to it. I'll leave you guys with one final question. ठीक है? Sharmeen Aboid, I actually interviewed her as well a few weeks back. She told me that in Pakistan, you need to be extremely stubborn and you need to have a lot of perseverance. क्योंकि यहाँ की जो है इकोसिस्टम है, ठीक है, जो माइंडसेट है, वहाँ पे फिल्म मेकिंग बहुत ही टफ चीज़ है. Do you guys agree to that?
I think that filmmaking is a tough sport. It's teamwork. and that's a very tough sport. So you do need to persevere, and all of that is true. But I also think that there is no substitute, no excuse, no substitute for hard work. You know, challenges presented to you will be different everywhere you are, but the amount of hard work you have to put in to whatever you do, that is really that and luck really determines where things go. A little bit of luck is needed. Yes, anyway. Of course, we were very lucky as well, and I have been very lucky, but I know the work that we all put in, and I know that hard work is where the answer usually isn't just keep working. Right. That's what I think.
It sounds good. Rasti, aap kya kahengi?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like within like the creative field, right? Like this would apply like across various kinds of mediums and types of storytelling as well. That's just the field that we're dealing with, and then you add on top of that, you know, I think एक थोड़ी सी reluctance to certain types of storytelling भी है, कुछ types of storytelling के अंदर फंसे हुए हैं, तो वो भी है, infrastructural support कभी कभार नहीं होती. All of those things combined to make it a little bit of a tricky ground. Yeah. But and so I do agree with what Shameen is saying, that you have to really just stick to it.
You have to persevere.
And actually, in your case, I think it's even more needed because you're responsible for the animation studio that goes by the name Puffball, right? Now that is also quite interesting because animation in Pakistan already has its own issues that has to come over, especially when you think of the technological issues and limitations जिसकी वजह से हम लोग शायद Pixar और उसका मुकाबला नहीं कर पाए. So how are you able to get that inspiration every day to, you know what, I'm not going to give up on this, ये तो मेरा चलता रहेगा?
Well, I think that's just that's the collective mindset that we have at our workplace at Puffball, which is, you know, we need to know why we're doing what we're doing, right? Like हमने अगर 2D animation एक पकड़ा है मीडियम, तो अगर वो चीज़ हम लाइव एक्शन में भी कर सकते थे या 3D के अंदर भी कर सकते थे, तो हम क्यों नहीं कर रहे? We need to have a really good answer for that. And also then if we are doing this, then like what are we going to say with it? Why do we want to say what we want to say with this medium? All of those really critical questions that I feel like any creative individual should put themselves through at the beginning of any kind of endeavor. वो हमने I think किए थे, and I would say, you know, it's back to your question as well, कि those, regardless of like whatever obstacles exist in our film world here, I think you should just know कि अगर आप वो चीज़ करना चाह रहे हो जो कोई और नहीं करना चाह रहा, why do you want to do it, and like what are you willing to risk, right? What are you willing to put in for that, and then just do it, and then do it, because you will be able to make an audience for it, and you will be able to gain like whatever value that you want from that. You just need to know why you're doing what you're doing.
No, that's a beautiful way to actually say that. And guys, it was a pleasure talking to you, and good luck for your play in Islamabad, and good luck for your future endeavors. We really hope to see you in more interesting creative projects. So thank you so much for joining us on Social Diary Magazine. Wish you the best.